Hi children, let's come back to the class and listen to this last two stanza. I hope you have read this poem and you better read it for more than twice because every single word is having some importance. You should know what is meant by Scotland Yard and flying squad. What does it mean by defying means disobeying, and levitation is nothing but floating in the air. Float in the air, floating in the air, and find in the sense devil, and depravity in the sense moral corruption. Okay, we will go through the last two stanza. His coat is dusty from neglect. It's a pet cat. Actually, pet owners have to take care of their pets. Time to time, they should be given food and good bathing, and all these things should be taken care of. But he's always out of the hands of the master. MACAVITY is such a disobedient cat, and owner always have a problem with this cat, He used to give excuses to the people for whatever the crime that he did. Okay. His coat is dusty because it was complete neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. His whiskers, okay, around the mouth, okay, the cat's around the mouth we can see the hair growth, okay, so those are called whiskers. Okay, in primary classes you might have heard about what does it mean by whiskers. Okay, here this cat whiskers are uncombed. They were not combed. They were not combed. It should be said room comb. Don't pronounce the word be there. No combing. It's combing. The whiskers of this MACAVITY are uncombed, and his coat was completely dusty from neglect. He sways his head from side to side. Okay, swaying is nothing but moving. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. How the snake moves its head from side to side, like left to right and right to left. In the same way, MACAVITY always moves its head, okay, sways its head side to side, nodding its head side to side. And when you think he's half asleep, sometimes he looks he was sleeping or half asleep, he's always wide awake. But you will be deceived if you think like that he was half asleep. He never sleeps a half. Okay, he always be alert and always be awake. Okay, MACAVITY is such kind of cat that it never takes a nap. Okay, if you think that he's taking a nap, you will become a fool. Okay, it never takes a nap and it always kept awake. MACAVITY, there's no one like MACAVITY. Master always feels pride about, or he always feel pride about MACAVITY, because he always tells to his neighbors that my MACAVITY is something different from other pet cats. MACAVITY, there's no one like MACAVITY for his find in feline shape. Okay, he's just like a devil. How the devil? Okay, devil cannot stay at one place, no? When we awake, it disappears. In the same way, MACAVITY was not seen anywhere. So until then, it would be there, and all of a sudden, it disappears. It gets disappear. So when you feel that it is there somewhere, for he is a find. Find in the sense F-I-E-N-D means devil. F-I-E-N-D means devil. Okay, it's a devil. Feline in the sense it's a devil, and in feline shape, it has got the shape of a devil. Okay, find in feline shape, a monster of depravity. What is it? It's a monster of moral corruption. It's always corrupting the people. It's always deceiving the people. You may meet him in a by street. Sometimes you can see him in by street, by lane or by street. You may see him in the square. Sometimes you can see him in the junction of the road. But when a crime discovered, so when they come to know that this crime is done by MACAVITY, then MACAVITY is not there. Once we come to know that the mischief or the crime had done by MACAVITY, MACAVITY was not seen anywhere. It gets disappeared. So here you can understand the whole poem, which was written by T.S. Eliot, had written with a kind of style like describing the cat, the ginger cat MACAVITY. MACAVITY belongs to which breed? It's a ginger breed. And ginger breed cats are always tall and thin. Their eyes are sunken in. They have a good brow lined up with thought, in the sense they have a very good intellectuality. They are sharp ones. They are too clever, and they always behaves like humans. They can break the laws of human. They also, especially MACAVITY, when it comes to MACAVITY especially, no other cats are as smart as MACAVITY. Actually, they are not like that. No cat is as smart as MACAVITY. MACAVITY was the only cat which is too smart, very, very intelligent, and its brilliance makes the people get confused. Why, you know? So wherever the crime is occurred, when people move to that spot of crime, this criminal MACAVITY was not seen there. Okay, this criminal was not seen anywhere. He gets disappeared. Once again, I just wanted to read out the whole poem. All of you must open up your books and look at the lines. MACAVITY cat. He's called the hidden paw. What is the nickname of MACAVITY is no? What is the nickname of MACAVITY? It's a hidden paw. For he is a master criminal who can defy the law. He is a master criminal, not just a criminal. He was a master criminal. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. Bafflement means he makes the people get puzzled. Who gets puzzled? Scotland Yard, the police force of London. The headquarters of London police force always get into trouble of unable to capture this cat MACAVITY. He defies the law. Defy in the sense, disobey the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. Despair means hopelessness. Okay, they just leave out all their hopes. Okay, the Scotland police as well as the flying squad of London, both of them have lost their hope. Why, you know? MACAVITY was not being caught by any. MACAVITY was such a master criminal. So wherever the crime was done or committed, he was not seen there. He won't be there. For when they reached the scene of crime, MACAVITY was not there. MACAVITY was not found anywhere. MACAVITY, there's no one like MACAVITY. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. And when you reach the scene of crime, MACAVITY is not there. You may seek him in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, MACAVITY is not there. Everywhere you can see this repetition of MACAVITY is not there. MACAVITY is not there. MACAVITY is not there. So this is called, in poetry we call, this is one of the literary devices. What do we call it? A repetition. It's the repetition. And you may seek him in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, MACAVITY is not there. MACAVITY is a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined up with thought. His head is highly toned. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. His face, his head from side to side with the movements like snake. Here, like is one of the literary devices that is called simile. And when you think he's half asleep, he's always wide awake. MACAVITY, MACAVITY, there's no one like MACAVITY, for he's fine in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street, you may see him in the square, means in the junction, four road junction, but when a crime's discovered, then MACAVITY is not there. So everywhere the repetition MACAVITY is not there, MACAVITY is not there is written. So the literary devices two we found. First one is repetition, the other one is simile. Okay, let's continue this poem review in our next class. It's on Wednesday. So Wednesday's classes, we never taught or you never learn any new concepts. Hereafter, whenever you have live stream, we will be just going with the recapitulation of whatever we have learned in the previous classes. So the review of this poem and glimpses of the past will happen on Wednesday. Until then, goodbye children.